Hello and welcome. It's nice, I guess, for you to see me rather than me to see you. This is a video intended for the Year 8s moving on into Year 9. I'm going to start off by saying a quick hello to any parents and carers. I hope everyone's happy and healthy, and I hope everyone's not beating themselves up over not being a teacher or being an expert in every single subject. I know that all the parents and carers at home will be doing their best to both work and to look after kids and then to be teachers as well. Being all things to all people is not an easy task for anyone. So please don't feel bad or guilty if you aren't able to help in the way that you wish that you could with something like drama. That's my job. So I'm hoping that this document and then this accompanying video will help your little one over the course of the next few weeks. So I've got this document out in front of me as well, the Welcome to Year 9 Drama. If you are currently looking at that, you are probably one of the students who's going to be joining me next year for Year 9 Drama. So congratulations, and I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. We're going to start off with this box here, Language for Learning. This box has a lot of words that you should already know. The top bits you should have learnt in Year 7 and 8. There are some that you might have forgotten that you might need to refresh. And as always, if you can't think of them yourself, you need to have a conversation with people who might. And then ultimately, you need to do some research. Make sure you know those terms. The ones below are ones that you're going to need to look up because they're going to be important for you and for us as a drama cohort next year. Just going to move my face. Let's shuffle this way. So bottom left, how will Year 9 be different? All of those words you can read in your own time, but ultimately it will be different because we treat each other differently. I will treat you like a young actor or actress who's trying to learn, and you will treat each other as a drama cohort would, as a drama group would. It is very, very different, and it is very challenging at times, but ultimately, if we can treat each other as professionally as possible in that space, it becomes a really different environment from Year 8 and much closer to what Year 10 and Year 11 are going to be. Let's bump me over this side. There we go. Right. So how can I prepare? With everything closed and everything very different, a lot of different theatre companies are looking for ways that they can better engage you and me and the type of people who go to watch this stuff. You need to do some research. You need to do some research into the little area of drama that has made you interested enough to apply for Year 9 next year. On the back of this page that I'll go through in a second, there are a load of things that you can go away and you can look. What I want you essentially to do, and this is the key bit of homework that you'll probably enjoy doing, is to change your viewing habits. So not to watch anything different necessarily, although that's on the other side of the slide, but to change the way that you watch stuff. So if you watch a film, don't just let the film happen to you. Don't just enjoy the pretty story and the pretty pictures that are happening. I want you to think about what goes into it. I want you to think about how they've made you feel and what they've done to make you feel that way. And how you know what a character wants, and how you know that he's angry, or how you know that he's sad, or how you know that they have a close relationship or a strained relationship, or how you know that there's something somebody wants to say. All of that stuff is just done using the body, and they've done it in a particular way. That's what you need to start looking at. Okay, look down below. You'll see 5 bands. The reason that they're there is that bottom reason, how am I judged, is because that's how I'll be judging you from the moment that you walk into the door in Year 9, regardless of how it looks. Everything that you do in drama will be put into those bands. So if I've asked you to do a task in the next slide and you haven't bothered at all, that will be ineffective. Whatever you're going to show me isn't going to work. If you've thought about it a bit and maybe you've come with some scrap pieces of paper or you've come with some ideas, then it might be underdeveloped. Maybe you haven't thought enough about it. Maybe you haven't gone through the things that I've asked you to go through. Then we go on to people who have done the task, so competent, they've ticked it off, they understand it, they show they understand it. Then developed, they've gone beyond that and they've looked to link it in with other stuff. And then highly developed is the stuff that I'm expecting to see, maybe not even next year, maybe Year 10 and Year 11. Okay, let's go across that way to the breakdown of the year. That is a chronological, means start to finish, normal time, chronological breakdown of how your year is going to look. We're going to start building a cohort, and then we're going to work our way down that list. I'm not going to read that to you. You can read that yourself. But that's what you can expect from me and from our group next year. It is going to be a lot of fun. I really enjoy teaching year 9. It's a big difference from year 8. And I hope you're going to enjoy it as well. Moving on to the next slide. If you come with me, I'm going to shuffle down here instead. So, top left, that is a list of theatre companies that I think are doing some really interesting things and have been doing interesting things for a number of years, including the cop-out of having Royal Shakespeare Company, but I'll explain that in a second. On YouTube, on a load of different websites at the moment, there are pieces of work hosted by those companies. Not only that, they are producing more work during this lockdown. Some of it's about the lockdown, some of it's not, some of it's that they couldn't do a show in front of loads of people, so they've done this instead. And some of it's really interesting. A lot of it is stuff that I just can't cram into the small amount of time that that we have together in year 7 and 8, or maybe it's too advanced, or maybe it's too grown up, or all of those things. But those theatre companies are doing some awesome, really cool stuff. So look at them. Look for their websites, look for little clips, look for interesting pieces of drama that teach you stuff, that show you stuff, that make you go, wow, how did they do that? That's the only reason that anyone is better than anyone else at acting, is because they've experienced stuff and tried stuff. And that's what you need to try and do in your own time now. Moving across, in fact, we'll move down first, move to the little bit that's right next to me. The reason that the Royal Shakespeare Company is on there is it's not what you think. A lot of you think, oh, Shakespeare, you know, how doth thou blah, 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 blah. It's not that. Yes, the language is like that because it's old. But I mean, the stories, if I told you a story was about a girlfriend who convinces her boyfriend to kill his boss, right, you go, okay, well, I'll follow that. And then his best mate starts to get a bit suspicious, so he kills him as well. And then a guy at work starts to get suspicious, so he kills his whole family. And then all of this falls apart, and they end up fighting it out to the death at the top of during a storm on a rooftop. And that wouldn't have been out of place, in Luther and something on the BBC. Now at 10 o'clock, your parents might watch. But that's just Macbeth. It's just like the really cool, gritty, horrible, gory, bloody stories, just with some flowery language. But what the Royal Shakespeare Company do with a lot of money is make some really cool things with projections, with stuff onto chains, and it's free. So they're broadcasting those 6 on iPlayer now. So have a look. Watch it as a family, watch it individually, watch bits of it, search up on YouTube. There are some tremendous stuff. So not only look at those theatre companies and what they're doing, but there's a really good example on BBC iPlayer that you should definitely check out. If you look just above me here, you'll see drama roles. In year 7 and 8, you get a choice to be an actor or be a director, and that's more or less it, because we have a very short amount of time together. Year 9 is different. I have some more time with you, and it's all these people who want to be there and want to do stuff. What I want you to start doing is thinking about what in drama interests you, because it's all very well, I always wanted to do acting and directing stuff, but I'm going to be talking in this video to people who have less interest in that and more interested in costume design or set design or even things like makeup and prop design. There are so many different roles in the drama industry, and there's a way to fit in whatever you're interested in into the GCSE. They build it like that on purpose. So if you can start thinking about what you actually want to do with it and what bits you enjoy, hopefully I can get more out of you and you can get more out of the course. And now's a really good time to do that. Moving on to this bit here, probably the most important, good habits. I've included this because I wanted you to think about what you're going to be doing and how you're going to be different. Because I'm going to be treating you differently, and hopefully you're going to be treating each other differently, but obviously that comes down to you. The first thing I've written is be prepared to leave things at the door. With year sevens, they come in this mad, crazy thing, and oh, this happened in the last lesson, and that's all noisy and loud and excitable, and you have to calm them down and then explain stuff. And year eight is very, very similar, and they start getting very catty and mentioning stuff. In year nine, when we're moving into GCSE stuff, more professional stuff, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's happened. This is what we're doing now. And the more easily you can go, okay, cool. Well, now I'm in a drama space and drama head on, and here's the drama thing that we're doing. The more efficiently you're going to learn. And as I said at the beginning of this video, you've got a lot of learning to do, and it's not your fault, but it's something that we're together going to have to get past. Moving on, be prepared. I'll know people who have been forced to watch this video by the parents and just gone, it doesn't matter, and then see me in September. There'll be a massive, massive difference between the people who look at this stuff and look into it and watch these videos and maybe make some notes on different actors that do different things, and the people who don't. There are going to be people here who are absolutely in love with drama and they want to do everything they can. So do everything that you can. Do everything that you can to make yourself good and develop. Because the more information, the more stuff you come to me with, the less time I have to spend explaining simple stuff to you, and I can explain cool stuff. Be the change you want to see. The moment you walk in the door next year, people are going to be thinking, do I want to be paired with that person for our exam? And that's really scary. That's really difficult for me as a teacher when people say, I'm not working with him, he's been an idiot for 2 years. And it's very hard to argue with that, but you're not going to want to end up in just a group of people who don't care. You want to be paired with people who want to work hard, so you need to be prepared to do that now. The last little message is to enjoy failure, because you're going to fail a lot. If you're doing well, you need to fail a lot. You'll learn from those failures and you'll make less failures and less and less and less. And that's how it works. That's how learning in general works, but especially with drama. Those failures need to happen, and they need to happen in a rehearsal space. So my little summary from our video and our time together is this. You have a lot of time where you would rather be outside, you would rather be playing PlayStation, you'd rather be chatting on the phone to your mates, you'd rather be watching videos. That's true for everybody. We need together to prepare you for next year and the years beyond. And a lot of teachers have put a lot of work into what next year is going to look like. And I don't want it to come as this huge, horrible sledgehammer of work with all these expectations, because we've all let ourselves relax over this time. Everything that I've said in this video is essentially just look out for ways that you can do drama stuff, look out for ways that you can change some of your habits more positively. I'm hoping to see you happy and healthy when we come back in September. I'm hoping to see you at a suitable distance, and I will see you soon. So take care all. See you in year 9. Peace.